Hi, and happy Friday! Welcome to episode 2 of my 30 Days of Art YouTube series. Today's illustration is titled Entangle. So for materials, first up I have my white charcoal pencil that I love using for highlights, these Prismacolor Col-Erase pencils for outlining and shading. I also have a felt tip Pilot Pocket pen and a Copic marker, and also the following Blick studio markers. By the way, I'm going to list all the colors in the description below, so don't worry if you can't read them. And I also have this white Uniball gel pen for highlighting. And this amazing Canson marker paper pad that I got off of Amazon that is insanely perfect for markers. This piece I started off with a little color study. As you can see, it features a very cool skin tone, mainly grays, blues, and pinks. I was inspired by the color palette of this painting of mine that I did a few months ago called Whisper, and I wanted to try something cool and different for one of my marker illustrations, because I feel like mainly I've been focusing on very vibrant colors with my marker art, and I just wanted to see what I could do with a cooler, more muted color palette. Oh, and by the way, in addition to having all my supplies listed in my description below, I'm going to link you guys to Juicy Ink's channel. When I was first starting off learning how to do illustrations with markers and pencils and pens, I referred to her channel a lot for guidance. She gives some great tips for beginning illustrators, so please check out her channel. And I'm also pledged to her on Patreon, and I just wanted to give a shout out and support a fellow artist. So for today's FAQ, I would like to address a question that I get asked all the time, and I think it would be very useful, especially for young artists out there who like to share their work on social media. The question is, how do you deal with negativity? A lot of times people will hide behind their computer screens and feel like they can talk to you in ways that are rude or condescending or just very argumentative, and a lot of people find that discouraging, find it to be like a damper on their day when they get a mean comment. So I would like to share some of my personal experiences and kind of my outlook on how to not let negative comments from strangers discourage me from producing art. So first off, did you know that negative comments can actually be a good thing? So if we take a look at this from a purely scientific, factual angle, any sort of engagement on your post on social media is good for your channel, it's good for your page. Whether or not the comment is positive or negative, as long as there's comments on your post, it will make your post more popular and more widely seen. That's just the basics of how Instagram and YouTube and Facebook all work. If someone posts something super offensive and super negative, a lot of times people will troll you, internet trolls who post something mean on purpose just to elicit a reaction out of you. Whenever they post that, it sparks a discussion, it sparks a debate, and with that controversy comes a lot of people voicing their opinions. And of course, you as the creator are more than welcome to chime in and voice your opinion, and any sort of engagement back and forth is going to drive up your views. So in reality, if someone thinks they're hurting you by writing something mean, they're actually helping you, because all they're doing is making your post seen more and getting you more publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Okay, but publicity aside, you might be asking, well, what about my feelings? Like, what if someone writes something mean about my work that I put so much energy and love into, and it really hurts my feelings? Well, let me just tell you, first of all, you're not alone. It happens to me all the time, and at first I was very hurt. Like, whenever someone was offended by my work or told me that my work was ugly or that it was a bad example for children, because sometimes I paint nude women, oh no. Or I've gotten people asking, like, why do your faces all look so alien and weird? Like, why don't you paint a more realistic face? Or, oh my gosh, your proportions suck. Like, the eyes are too far apart. And first they really hurt me. Like, it really made me discouraged to ever post anything else online because I didn't know how to deal with strangers being mad at me. And then later I began to see it from an artistic point of view. The more artists that I observed, the more I realized that a mark of success, a mark of truly making good art, is eliciting any sort of strong reaction, good or bad. In fact, art that is polarizing and controversial tend to be more significant because it, like I said before, it ignites a debate about your art, and that's what art is supposed to do, at least in my opinion. Obviously, art is supposed to be beautiful, it's meant to be looked at, but for me, what elevates art to the next level is for people to be talking about it, for people to react to it, and fortunately, most of the reactions to my pieces have been positive. I'm very fortunate to have an amazing community of people who really support me and really love my vision and have similar interests, similar tastes. But yeah, occasionally I'll come across someone who's like really offended that I only paint girls, or someone who's not okay with me painting like a nude female. And you know, for those people, it's like, that's fine. I respect everyone's opinion, and instead of letting that negativity discourage me, I just remind myself that this is not the audience that I prioritize. Like, I don't make art to please people who are going to be offended by me anyway. I make art first and foremost for myself because it's what I love doing, it brings me joy, and secondly, I make it to share with people who also love this type of art. And I trust that people who love it will find it and will stay, and the people who hate it will find it and will leave. Whether or not they decide to drop a mean comment before they go on their way out is up to them, but in the end, over time, I will only accrue a community of people who share similar interests and similar aesthetic and similar taste as me, and most of the comments will still be positive. So if you're getting negative comments because someone doesn't like your style or doesn't like your subject matter, just see it as a way of filtering out those people, because you don't want them to follow you or engage with you anyway. So yeah, don't worry, negativity happens to all of us. I hope my tips have helped some of you out there deal with it. And thank you guys to all of you who've been supportive and been sweet to me. Like, you guys have no idea how much you've encouraged and motivated and inspired me. And what can I say? I love you all so much. And for the haters, thank you guys too for sharing your opinions with me. I love an interesting intellectual debate. So yeah, and as always, the real-time version of this video will be on my Patreon page, along with a fun coloring challenge this month. I also post the original of my illustrations on Patreon first, and this one has already been sold, so thank you to my lovely patron who purchased it. And if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I love you all, and I will catch you for episode 3.